Good evening. We had the breaking news. Now we have the reaction. Coming into the shakeup in Oakland, Police Chief LeRonne Armstrong is out. The mayor making it official a month after placing the chief on leave for his handling of police misconduct investigations. Andrea Nakano joining us live from Oakland, where the mayor laid out what went into her decision. Andrea.
Juliet, Mayor Sheng Thao just made the announcement here in this room a couple hours ago that the city has decided to part ways with Police Chief LeRonne Armstrong. She says during the course of the investigation, she talked to him and he made some comments that troubled her and decided to fire him without cause.
I want to be very clear that this is not a disciplinary action. I have lost confidence in Chief Armstrong to ensure that we move forward and impact the vision for the city of Oakland.
I should be reinstated because I did nothing wrong.
This decision comes despite calls from the community and the police chief himself to be reinstated. This stems from an investigation into former Oakland police sergeant accused of a hit and run and firing his service weapon inside the elevator at police headquarters. Chief Armstrong says the investigation was biased and admits he didn't read the entire report, which he tells us is a common practice among chiefs. Now, in the end, Mayor Sheng Thao reiterated numerous times she lost confidence in the chief and made the decision to fire him without running her decision by the police commission, which usually provides input on personnel decisions.
I am honoring that policy in setting the same standards for the chief, which is the 30-day lapse today. I had hoped that the commission would be able to review the investigation and recommend action, but they were not able to do that. And so, again, I have the utmost respect for the civilian oversight, but in the end, I am responsible for making sure we have leadership at OPD, and that is committed to necessary reforms.
Mayor Thao says she will now work with the police commission to find the next chief of police for the city of Oakland. She's looking for a diverse pool of candidates and one that is committed to reform. Juliet?
Andrea, you already said it. She can fire without cause, but I am curious about the timing of this. This news conference was held just hours before the police commission. She chose to usurp the police commission. Did she talk anything about that?
You know, she just said that this is something that she had to fit within the 30-day timeline that applies to all officers and personnel within the Oakland Police Department. But the interesting part about this is that the police chief was not put on administrative leave until the 19th, so it doesn't really fit in that 30-day timeline, that there could have been maybe a couple more days that she could have worked with in this case. But the police commission is meeting right now, and we will see what kind of reaction they might have to this.
Absolutely. I appreciate your reporting on this, Andrea. Thank you. Now, Armstrong has released a statement expressing his disappointment with his firing, saying in part, "After the relevant facts are fully evaluated, it will be clear I was a loyal and effective reformer of the Oakland Police Department." He goes on to say, "It will be equally clear that I committed no misconduct and my termination is fundamentally wrong, unjustified, and unfair." Several different community groups had thrown their support behind Armstrong throughout this entire process, including business leaders and also the local NAACP. So our Lauren Toms is in studio right now. She watched the mayor's announcement with one of Armstrong's strongest supporters, and he was very emotional.
Yeah, Juliet, a big portion of the Oakland community is furious this evening following the mayor's decision to fire Police Chief LeRonne Armstrong. Now, I spoke with religious and community leader Bishop Robert Jackson right as the decision was being announced, and he's already calling for Armstrong to be reinstated.
Outrage. I'm feeling just like I've been betrayed, you know what I'm saying, by this lady. I just think that she hasn't been in her position long enough to make such a judgment of a man's career, a man's life. I just don't think she don't know this guy.
In our conversation, he called the decision totally unfair and said he's lost all confidence in Sheng Thao as mayor. Bishop Jackson told me that while he feels the city right now is in a state of shock, he expects hundreds, if not thousands, of people to speak out against this decision at City Hall tomorrow. He also told me the mayor could just as easily undo this decision to fire Chief Armstrong as quickly as she made it.
I was surprised by his reaction, Lauren, and certainly he was saying that tomorrow he is asking people to come to be at City Hall. Is that correct? And kind of show their support.
Yes, he said that he is expecting people to show up to City Hall, not only in maybe the hundreds, but possibly the thousands. This is something that the Oakland community is really frustrated with, and he does expect the Oakland community to be very, very vocal in demanding this decision to be reversed.
Quite a bold move on her part. There must have been something, but we don't know yet. So, all right, Lauren, thank you. Now, I did sit down with the chief a few days ago, former Chief Armstrong. I asked him about the Federal Monitor's report that led to his suspension. I specifically asked about ROIs, which stands for Release of Information, and whether it's common for chiefs not to read them before signing off on them.
There is not one chief of a major police department in America that actually reads every report. We're talking over 200 reports a year. But it's important that you read the really important reports, and I do. When we're talking about officer-involved shootings, when we're talking about excessive force cases, when we're talking about cases where officers will be terminated, those are cases for sure that I would read. But in this case, the evidence that was brought to me was about a vehicle collision that was not reported. But I think for those that have been
Armstrong is an Oakland native and had been with the police department since 1999, starting as an officer before working his way up to the top of the department when he was sworn in as chief in 2021 under former Mayor Libby Schaaf.